Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with some more Overwatch news. Today we're going to be talking about some loot box duplicate bugs that got reported but apparently never happened, the new Overwatch comic, and Widowmaker's ultimate bug. So let's start off with the loot box duplicates. There have been some reports over the past couple of weeks about players getting duplicate items in loot boxes but not receiving credit. We saw posts on the forums, there was a bug report thread about it, and Blizzard replied to it asking for some evidence. Well, people came back with their evidence, and this all got looked into, and apparently everyone was literally making it up, or at the very least, they were misremembering what happened. So Blizzard support agent Draculoth responded with this: "We still have no confirmed cases of situations where a duplicate was received and credits were not granted. Thus far, it's all been misremembering of details. Fortunately, we've got logs on our end that can confirm this." So kind of an interesting response. He's basically saying that everyone who claimed this was happening, after they did some research, he found out that it was in fact not the case. So he responded to a few individual cases. The first one was a player claiming that they bought 24 loot boxes and got the Sweden player icon 3 times but received no credits for it. His response was, "I investigated this issue, and in the purchase pack, the Sweden icon doesn't seem to have been received in the 24 pack. You did receive 3 different flag icons, China, Germany, Egypt. None of these were duplicates from our records." So what's funny here is not only is he saying that no, he didn't receive this Sweden player icon 3 times, he didn't receive it at all. And so the idea that any of these were duplicates or that they were received in the first place and he didn't get credit was clearly a lie. Another player claimed to receive the Reaper Shrug emote out of a loot box, and sure enough, it was nowhere to be seen when they looked in their hero gallery. He then replied, "The shrug item that you received wasn't an emote but a victory pose. Out of the same loot box, you received the Torbjorn skin Gron, the Tracer voice line, the world needs more heroes, and the Roadhog spray Toxic. None of these seem to have been duplicates." It's really, first of all, this story I thought was interesting because I wanted to put to rest any notion that this was even happening. If people out there had been worried about this, about people getting duplicates and not receiving credit for it, it doesn't appear to be happening on everything that they've investigated so far. That doesn't mean it couldn't be happening anywhere ever. It's just that when people come back with claims that it's happening and Blizzard investigates those claims specifically, they turn out to be incorrect. Now, his final statement here was, "We're still investigating the possibility of a display issue causing these not to show up in the collection properly, but everything I have on my end still points to this just being our brains expecting something incorrect and receiving something else, then worrying about the progress." Again, kind of a nicer way of saying you guys are misremembering the facts. What you're claiming to have happened every time we investigate isn't actually happening. So this duplicate bug where people aren't getting credit appears to not actually be taking place. You know, Blizzard has issues with the game. There are certainly bugs. In fact, we're going to talk about one later in this video, but you know, it's good to not blame Blizzard for things that aren't even happening. Next story I wanted to talk about was the new Overwatch comic that came out about a day ago, Wasted Lands, set in Junkertown, and this one tells the story of how Junkrat met Roadhog. A little bit more focused on the Roadhog side of things as it opens and ends with kind of his internal dialogue, but it was a fun little read, and I like, you know, all these little bits and pieces of backstory that Blizzard gives us for the heroes in this game. So if you haven't checked out Wasted Lands comic yet, go ahead and give it a look. And then finally, I wanted to bring up the Widowmaker ultimate bug that appears to be taking place. Now, this is specific to Deathmatch mode. If you are playing Widowmaker and there's another Widowmaker also playing and she uses her ultimate, and then you try to use your ultimate, it doesn't work. Some enemies will be displayed occasionally, but most of them will not. The theory here is that any enemies who respawn after you ult might show up, but enemies who are alive when you ult after another Widowmaker ult literally just won't be displayed in your infrared. And we've got footage of this happening. We see the ultimate of the Widowmaker is used, and then an enemy rounds the corner who clearly should have been spotted with infrared, but was not showing up at all. So this is as clear evidence as I think we need. Now, I guess what we aren't positive of, the theory is that it's because it's happening after another Widowmaker ults. It could be something else triggering it, or something, you know, related between the two, but that's the theory going so far. But either way, there are circumstances in which Widowmaker's ultimate is not working on Deathmatch. That's something to be aware of if you're playing Widowmaker and you see another enemy Widowmaker player. And with that, guys, we will wrap up today's news video. As always, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section below. Hope you have a good one, and until next time, I'll see you later.